What is DASA? The Dignity for All Students Act was established to protect all students from harassment, bullying, and discrimination. It became effective on July 1st, 2012, and was amended to include cyberbullying effective July 1st, 2013. No student shall be subjected to harassment, discrimination, or bullying by employees or students. DASA prohibits bullying, harassment, discrimination, or cyberbullying against students in school based on, but not limited to, the following: race, color, weight, national origin, ethnic group, religion, religious practice, disability, sexual orientation, gender, including gender identity and expression, and sex.
What sites and events are covered by the Dignity Act? The Dignity Act applies to all public schools, BOCES, and charter schools. The Dignity Act applies to incidents on school property, in a school building, athletic playing field, playground, parking lot, school bus. The Dignity Act applies to public school-sponsored functions, school-sponsored extracurricular events or activities. The Dignity Act applies to acts that occur off school grounds if such acts create or would foreseeably create a risk of substantial disruption within the school environment, and where it is foreseeable that the conduct, threats, intimidation, or abuse might reach school property.
Definitions. Bullying is described as an unwanted, aggressive behavior that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. The behavior is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. Bullying can occur before and after school hours, in a school building, on a playground, on a school bus, whilst the student is traveling to or from school, or on the internet. Cyberbullying occurs when harassment or bullying happens through any form of electronic communication. Students who are bullied and those who bully others may have serious and lasting problems.
According to the United States Department of Education, bullying generally involves the following characteristics: an imbalance of power, the intent to cause harm, and repetition. Harassment is defined as the creation of a hostile environment by conduct of verbal threats, intimidation, or abuse that would have the following effect: reasonably and substantially interfering with the student's educational performance, opportunities, or benefits, or would reasonably be expected to cause a student to fear his or her physical safety. Discrimination is the act of denying rights, benefits, justice, equitable treatment, or access to facilities available to all others to an individual group of people because of the group, class, or category to which that person belongs.
The Dignity Act and student health. Bullying can result in physical injury, social and emotional distress, and even death. Victimized youth are at increased risk for mental health problems such as depression and anxiety, psychosomatic complaints such as headaches and poor school adjustment. Youth who bully others are at increased risk for substance use, academic problems, and violence later in adolescence and adulthood.
Statistics. More than 1 out of every 5 students reports being bullied. 64% of children who were bullied did not report it. Among high school students, 15.5% are cyberbullied and 20.2% are bullied on school property. Most bullying happens in the middle school. The most common types are verbal and social bullying.
Among high school students, 24% are cyberbullied and 45% are bullied on school property. Students with disabilities or special education needs are twice as likely to be identified as bullied targets and as bullies compared to peers without disabilities. 74.1% of LGBT students were verbally bullied in the past year because of their sexual orientation and 55.2% because of their gender expression. Bullied youth were most likely to report that actions that access support from others made a positive difference. Students reported that the most helpful things teachers can do are listen to the student, check in with them afterwards to see if the bullying stopped, and give the student advice. Approximately 30% of young people admit to bullying others in surveys.
DASA reporting requirements for staff. Incident occurs or is reported to a staff member. Staff member reports incident immediately within 1 school day to DASA coordinators or an administrator. DASA coordinators will investigate allegations and take appropriate actions. District forms. These forms are used by DASA coordinators when investigating an incident.
Prevention, positive climate and culture. All adults should display warmth, positive interest, and involvement. Establish clear rules and implement consistently with respect.
The bystanders hold the key. The whole drama is supported by the bystander. The theater can't take place if there's no audience. Upstander, a person who intervenes when he or she witnesses intolerance, someone who makes a stand against bullying. Turning bystanders into upstanders. Help the students understand the power they have to make a difference, that they are the solution. Help students understand the dynamics of bullying situations. 80% of students stand by and watch. Train interested students in teaching the strategies of upstanding behaviors. Ensure that bystanders understand that adults will support their actions. Teach all children about the reporting system that is in place in your school. Reward upstanding behaviors and make them the norm.
Adults can and do make a difference. The research shows that in schools where students feel safe and connected, every child has at least one adult in the school they feel comfortable talking to. Work to be that one person. Mineola cares.
For more information, please review these resources.